Good Thursday morning. It is March 20th, 2025. Is your Loudoun County Weather Outlook. Looking at the short-term models as a start here. We do have showers that are going to come through today. We got some strong southerly, we just have southerly winds that are bringing in the warm air. We got in the mid-70s yesterday. We'll probably get up close to 70 today. A lot more sunshine this morning than originally I expected. But it could bring some showers this afternoon and then some breezy conditions tomorrow. This is a short-term forecast model here, so we're looking close up. Obviously, this is where we are. You can see the timestamp here. This is showing starting around 9 a.m. this morning. As we move forward, we'll see that the rain showers don't get in here until about 4 p.m. on this short-term model. Originally, it looked like we were going to get rain a little bit earlier, and then the rain comes through. It kind of re-energizes once it's east of most of Loudoun. Doesn't mean we won't get some rain out of this. We'll look at the total forecast amounts, and then it kind of moves on. And then we can see the isobars. You can see these black lines here getting close together. So it's going to be chillier tomorrow for sure as colder air kind of gets in here and it gets breezy. So our temperatures will be in the mid-50s from what it looks like. So how much precipitation does it look like it will, bring from this? As of now, just go out here, the full moisture intake. Not a lot. I mean, under a tenth of an inch now on this short-term model. When we see that west to east movement of rain, it tends to slightly dry as it comes east of the mountains. And unfortunately, that's what it looks like on this model. Now, where's the challenge is that if we go to the GFS model, it looks a little more wet. And so we're seeing some discrepancies in the forecast, honestly, probably by those automated versus not. So here you have, a quarter to maybe a half an inch of rain on the GFS model. But these are not your short-term models. That tend to bring in some insights into what's going on. So maybe we get a tenth to a quarter of an inch of rain today, but it doesn't look like a washout, and we may see only a tenth or less based on some of the short-term models. There's one other model to look at here, and that is the, we'll call it HRRR, is a model that, again, it's a short-term model, and can show us kind of what's going on. Let me bring it to the most recent forecast here. Sorry, just going back in time. So we bring this forward to look at the rain. Again, most rain falls east, but this does bring a little more, and this looks more like the GFS. So maybe a quarter to half an inch of rain for the region we really need it. Here we are on Thursday, so we do have a new drought monitor out. And you can see not much has changed. We're still in moderate to severe drought, depending on where you are. Far eastern areas are in the severe drought. Western areas are in a moderate drought. So again, we need the rain, and now let's look at the long-range forecast to kind of show what's happening with the weather over time. There does look like chances of rain, but the question is just how much. The other unfortunate thing is, although we've had some warmth, we're going to see a cool down here, and you can see that trough really, really strong. So here's a front today. It's going to move through, and as I mentioned, it's going to bring some rain. The question is just how much. Maybe a quarter to a half an inch if we're lucky. Maybe less if some of the short-range models are correct. The cold air kind of lags a little bit, but here we are tomorrow. There, those isobars tightly packed together. So chilly on Friday with northerly winds. Going to feel colder than the 50s we get into. We're only going to be in the 50s because of the time of the year. We can see that the cooler air kind of gets reinforced as we go into Saturday and Sunday. Originally, I thought we'd be up in the 60s over the weekend. Maybe 60 on Saturday, but actually cooling off a little bit more on Sunday. And then we kind of stay on this borderline between the cooler, and this is a high to the north, so it's going to cool the air east of the mountains is its location, and the warmer air to the south. And so with us right in the line, we do get chances of precipitation to come through the area, which is a definite need. So as soon as Monday, we have a chance of some showers, another front kind of coming through, reinforcing some of the cooler and the dry and windy air, unfortunately. And then we have another little kind of disturbance moving along, but I don't see major development of storminess until maybe later in the pattern. This is really chilly, by the way. So by end of next week, we could see a really chilly couple days here. Chilly this time, maybe 40s instead of 50s for highs. Here's the interesting one, low pressure that keeps showing up on model forecasts, because we have a little bit of a block here to the north, trying to block cold air into place, and then we have moisture sliding in from. This isn't the best trajectory, honestly, for moisture. This is a strong low pressure, so it is going to bring some moisture into the region. Could it actually snow? I don't know. The models continue to show at least the possibility of a touch of something towards the next weekend. It's going to be a close call. I mean, my gut tells me it's going to move north and we don't have to worry about anything, but it just keeps showing this, and we were riding the line between the colder and the warmer air. We continue to do that, but it looks like the coolest is north of us, but unfortunately for us, it just means cooler conditions. But boy, I do hope it brings us rain. We have a few chances of rain in this longer range, and with us riding that line, we get little disturbances and chances of rain as it comes. It's very similar to what was happening during the winter. It's just we weren't always working out favorably for precipitation over top of us. So how much precipitation? Let's see what the Weather Prediction Center is showing for the next week. Not a lot. I mean, this is basically what we're going to see this weekend and not much after. Again, this is through 7 days. It doesn't show the duration of the model. I mean, once you get past 7 days, the models really aren't that reliable. Anyway, even past 4 or 5 days, it may not be. So we'll have to see if this comes true, but unfortunately, it doesn't look great for our drought-busting needs. There's a little bit of rain. At least it's not completely dry, and that is helpful from that perspective. So that's pretty much the outlook for the Loudoun weather this week. Hopefully we do get some rain today, but don't be surprised if it's more spotty and showery, and that could mean that your backyard doesn't get rain. It does look a little more favorable to the east, which is good news as we continue the drought. Have a good one.